right? I just bought the ProTech 35 less than a month ago. It was like $1,300 with the controller and everything. And I told you in one of my other videos, how was I going to come up with an extra $500 for a new drone? We'll talk about that later. But I made some magic happen. And today, thanks to the speed of Amazon, we've got a new drone. And if we're lucky, we'll be able to go fly it today. Oh my God. All right, first flight with the Nazgul. They're all gonna laugh at you. I got a little excitable. Tried to pitch that flip too quick. Should have just played it safe. Now we gotta let the drone dry. Learning lessons. And on my 34th day in FPV, I already had my second drone. Welcome to my channel, everybody. This is Life of Acro. I'm Acro Brandon, and this is my life. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the iFlight Nazgul 4S HD Dead Cat version, and let's get right into this thing. So, it's unboxed and it's assembled, and as you could tell from the previous video, I've already flown it as well. So I didn't want to do a traditional unboxing video. There's hundreds of videos already out there, right? And this drone is not brand spanking new, so there's plenty of unboxing videos. But there are some key points that I'm going to want to discuss about this as I open it. So within the box, you got all the normal stuff like extra receiver wires, you've got battery straps, you got 2 sets of props, and all the other extra nuts and bolts and bits and pieces you might need just in case. However, what I do want to talk about, so let's talk about my cracked GoPro screen from the crash that you just saw. So when I originally did an unboxing video for this is part 2, I'm going to go through some of the features too. But I noticed that, oh my God, look, if I put the battery here, it's a real tight fit. And then when I put the GoPro, obviously I'm going to want to angle it up more, so that's going to push the battery down a little bit more, and it's going to be butted up right against it. Now, I probably could have avoided this had I used some type of case, probably like a TPU case, and just a little bit of a buffer in between there, but I knew I was going to go fly in the snow and maybe crash, and I wanted to make sure that the GoPro was waterproof or sealed off. Now, with that being said, obviously some batteries are different than others, right? This one's a little more long and slim for an 1800, and I have another 1800 that's a little short and fat and offers more real estate here in the mounting area for the battery. Well, obviously that didn't work out so well in that crash, and now I have a cracked screen, so I'm going to do another video. I've always wondered what would happen if you could glaze over a cracked screen with some fiberglass resin, and I have some, so I'm going to do that, and I'll put that into another video just to see what happens eventually before I go and replace this, and we can watch another videos on that. But let's talk about the drone, okay? So you have the normal unboxing experience with all the little bit of extras. I chose the Dead Cat version, right? That way the props won't be in view of the GoPro when I'm flying with the GoPro. I found it very interesting, the bolt that they have here, and it seems like this is what you're gonna have to use, because if you use the regular GoPro screw right here, right, it would be sticking out to the side and just kind of leaves an opportunity for it to eventually get nicked by a blade. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to see what other people are doing with that respect. Normal, really good, normal, really good iFlight unboxing experience with all of the little tags and things, right? And the stuff up here telling you which way the props spin when you put the props on. The only issue I actually ran into was over here. So we've got the 2 little right? USB ports, one for the flight controller. You've got another one over here for the air unit. They have a nice little sticker right here for the binding button, which is actually super convenient. So you can actually go through the sidewall here of these things that are offering more protection, which is really good because no snow got in here after the crash. But what I found that when I was trying to plug my USB port into the air unit to activate it, I actually couldn't get the cable to completely seat. So I started removing the top plate and I was loosening up the bottom. But what I found is, that I did need to do that. So it might not be lined up perfectly. But if you push down a little bit on the sidewall here or on the top, you might be able to get the port to come down just enough to get it to seat properly. Obviously, you don't really have to plug into the air unit very often except for activation and maybe an occasional upgrade. So that's a nice feature. Obviously, after crashing as well, right, this handled the snow very well. Nothing is shorted out or wigged out because I've flown it a few times since already, which is amazing. At some point in the next week or so, I'll probably break this tire thing down and glaze it with some conformal coating just as that extra layer of insurance. The port back here for the battery is amazing because it doesn't move around. And let me tell you, when you plug your battery in, it is in super snug and secure. It's almost a little bit difficult to get it unplugged. So pluses and minuses there. I'm not really complaining. However, the flight, oh my God. Coming from this up here, the ProTech 35, which is under construction right now, right? Because I already, fell from the sky and I cracked one of these things, okay? So coming from this thing right here, which is the ProTech 35, it flies a little bit like a tank when you've got the battery and you've got the GoPro on it, but it's pretty smooth, okay? But it's not a powerful drone. This thing has a response. It takes off, it goes. You want to go right, it goes right. You want to do a flip, everything super fast. So a major step up. It's like going from a 4-cylinder to maybe a 6-cylinder turbo of some sort. Very responsive. It's almost a little too fast for me, especially being new. Not too fast, but it's just almost a little too responsive. But I don't know. It was a really good first and second flight experience. I'm excited to do some more with that right there. So with that being said, let's talk about how I afforded this quickly, right? Because money is an object to me and hopefully to you. This thing, I got it off of Amazon. Typically, I would purchase this from like a local vendor like Get FPV or something like that just so I can support the local community. However, I had a couple gift cards I wanted to use. Great, easy money. But I used some money, right? I use Get Honey. I don't know if you've ever tried that. I'll put a link below. But it's a toolbar extension. You earn rewards all the time as you purchase. So I was able to put 40 bucks from that towards the purchase. And then I also have an Amazon credit card. So I do recommend credit cards as part of some of my other businesses because there's tons of points that you can earn when you're shopping all the time. I'd offer you kickbacks. But if you have an Amazon credit card, not only can you use points to purchase back on Amazon, if you're making larger purchases, you can actually finance this for 6 to 12 months with no interest. So if you look at how much I had to finance, even if you're paying for it at full at $475, you'd be right around the $40 mark over the next 12 months, right? And you'd have this thing paid off. That's easy to swallow at 0% interest. Mine was like $30 after all of my like little additions and bits and pieces. So if you're trying to get an additional drone and money is tight, you can get creative with some of that stuff. Or if you didn't think of it, like, oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's a good way to get what you want sooner so you can have that little instant self-gratification and get some other toys, whether it's a drone or some other stuff like that. Anyways, let's finish the flight. I'm gonna roll that video. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be pumping out some more videos here flying with the Nazgul Evoque and hopefully getting some really good freestyle flights as I start to evolve as an FPV pilot. I'll see you guys in another video.